From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
First reaction was like frantic. This guy just went through my yard. He almost hit my car.
Mall robbery, how an armed suspect led police on a chase through a Billings neighborhood and what those living nearby witnessed.
We are at the very beginning stages of what will probably be a long journey to justice.
Ketamine lawsuit. What's next as the mother of a Wyoming woman who killed her kids and herself sues a clinic that prescribed her daughter the drug?
It was super informative, and it's kind of mind-blowing how simple it is.
And being ready for anything. What a Red Lodge gym is doing to help women feel safer in their community. Those stories and much more coming up in the next hour. Good morning and welcome back to Montana This Morning on this Thursday, September 25th. I'm Hailey Monaco here with Miller Robson. Good morning, Miller.
Good morning, Hailey, and happy Thursday, everybody. Getting closer and closer to the weekend. Was a beautiful day yesterday,
Yes,
a little warmer than average. We'll see that again today. A bit of a cool down tomorrow. Still going to be above the norm. You may be asking, when's our next chance to get back to fall-like temperatures? Well, we're eyeballing the middle part of next week, so we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll explain why that could be the case as we go along this hour. Yesterday, we hit 82, so about 12 degrees above the norm. Our low of 53, about 7 degrees above average. Top gust yesterday of 28 miles an hour. Was a dry day yesterday. A bit of a hole for the month, still pacing ahead for the year. There's not a lot of there's no moisture really in the forecast, maybe until we get the middle part of next week. So that deficit for the month will grow until we try to hit into October and maybe see some changes as we get into a brand new month. Across the area right now, we've got 48 in Miles City, 45 in Hardin, 45 in Columbus as well, 53 in Red Lodge. Up in Harlingen, we're sitting at 48. Down in Cody, we're at 58 rather, and we've got 43 in Sheridan. It's a great shot there from Sydney. Again, you got a chance to see Venus and parts of the Leo constellation this morning if you head outside. 54 right now, though, here in Billings at the airport. Humidity at 57%. Dew point to 39 degrees. Winds out the northwest at about 7 miles an hour. Just another beautiful day today. A lot of sunshine, near 70 by lunch. Heading home today, low 80s during the drive at 5, maybe even some mid to upper 80s across the eastern plains. But we will be a little cooler tomorrow because we have this cold front coming through. We'll talk about that, and we'll talk about the next chance of seeing maybe fall-like temperatures coming up in just a bit.
All right, cold front. Sounds great, Miller. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
And we start off this morning as we continue to follow an armed robbery at the Rimrock Mall. Those living nearby tell MTN News they are still feeling on edge after what happened next. The situation led to a chaotic scene as the suspect led police on a chase through a Billings golf course and through neighborhoods and even yards. This morning, 30-year-old Cameron Watson is now behind bars, but not before putting a scare into the community. Our Charlie Kleps has more on how it all played out.
What felt far away
We heard the sirens, just like kind of in a distance.
nearly ended up on D. Roll's doorstep.
I looked out the window and I saw this car just flying through our front yard.
This shocking video of a suspect attempting to evade police, leaving tire tracks in her lawn, just narrowly missing her vehicle.
I was terrified seeing it all just happen and then coming out and seeing all the cops, the cars all banged up.
The entire incident was caught by Roll's security camera, with suspect Cameron Watson being apprehended just outside her home.
All of this in seconds could have shattered so many lives.
A frightening circumstance for this quiet neighborhood that Roll says could have been worse.
What if my children had been outside? It literally made me sick to my stomach.
An eerie feeling for witnesses all across the west end of Billings.
He came through the fence and just kind of underrooted the ground of the fence.
Earlier in the chase at Peter Yagan Golf Course, Watson ripped through this fence, veering onto the driving range.
It's not shocking, but it is a little bit at the same time. Anything can happen, but it is like a little dangerous in the fact that you got high-speed chase rolling around.
Assistant pro Austin Schaff says he was glad it didn't happen at a busier time.
If it's midday on a Saturday and he rolls through kind of anywhere, you're going to get some public involved.
So while both the course and nearby homes avoided serious damage, the starting point is what's got many on edge, where police say suspect Cameron Watson allegedly stole from one of the stores using a knife and what appeared to be a firearm.
His reckless behavior endangered our community, but then it was brought into our neighborhood.
And that's why many like Roll are still reeling, knowing crime can happen right outside your door.
No matter where you live in Billings, there's danger out there.
In Billings, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
Charlie, thank you. And during the course of that pursuit, Billings police turned to their drone to assist in tracking the suspect. That tool is now being used more and more to assist in investigations. Our David J. sat in on a training session following what happened, learning how these eyes in the sky are helping to solve cases all across the area.
Just kind of giving you a view of what we see in the goggles and what like the SWAT commanders are looking at on their phones or iPads when we're live streaming that.
Detective Eric Lass shows how the Billings police use drones.
Situational dependent, what type of exigencies there are, what the risk is to the public as well, and to the officers. So it's all kind of a case-by-case basis, but there's a lot of responsibility on the drone pilots themselves to understand and make that decision.
Sergeant Jeff Stovall is part of the Billings police drone team, which used drones on 121 missions in 2024.
We're able to direct officers into the grain silos. They take one of the guys into custody pretty much right away.
Some of the grain bins over off First Avenue South were continually being burglarized, so we're able to utilize them in a nighttime capacity.
The Billings police can use the drones in several areas, including surveillance, apprehending a suspect, and search and rescue. And there's an indoor drone that allows them to search a building before sending in officers. Detective Lass demonstrates the indoor drone during a Citizen Police Academy session, showing how he might use it to determine if the room is safe.
Kind of give us a little bit more peace of mind. We're still going to operate under understanding that until we go in and physically clear it ourselves, no scene is ever safe.
And some of the citizens had a chance to wear the goggles for a drone pilot point of view.
I love it. I think it's a good thing to have.
Citizens appreciate the drones, and their Fourth Amendment rights are protected as police need a warrant to use the drone for a search.
And we can't use drone footage to obtain a search warrant. So you got to have your reasonable suspicion or probable cause to get your warrant prior to us coming out and doing that documentation for those ops claims and stuff.
Just utilizing the tools and the technology that we have in law enforcement now to try and have a safe outcome.
In Billings, David J., MTN News.
David, thank you. Elsewhere in Billings, police investigated a shooting on Billings South Side last night that sent one person to the hospital. It happened in the 200 block of South 27th Street near the Colonial Apartments, a place that investigators say has seen more than its share of crime over the years. Police say the victim suffered non-life-threatening injuries and is not cooperating with the investigation. Police could be seen searching in and around the Colonial for a suspect, but no word right now if any arrests have been made. A Cody-based psychiatry clinic is now facing a lawsuit tied to one of Wyoming's most heartbreaking tragedies. Back in February, a young woman killed her 4 daughters before taking her own life. Now, Tranielle Harshman's mother is suing the clinic, claiming the ketamine prescribed to her daughter played a role in the deadly outcome. Our Vanessa Willardson has the latest and a warning. Some of the details of what happened are considered graphic to hear.
We are at the very beginning stages of what will probably be a long journey to justice.
Tranielle Harshman, a northern Wyoming woman who killed herself and her 4 young daughters in February, was taking large amounts of ketamine at that time. Now, Harshman's mother has filed a civil lawsuit against Sage Psychiatry Services, LLC, and registered nurse Krista Blau, who supplied Harshman with the drugs.
Anybody who's administering ketamine to a patient needs to do that in a controlled environment so that that patient can be observed to make sure that they don't harm themselves or harm somebody else. And that simply wasn't done in this case. And, as a result, Ms. Harshman and her 4 children lost their lives.
Attorney Sean Olson is representing Harshman's mother, Rhonda Copeland, in this case.
She and her family have now suffered a loss that I think is almost incomprehensible. And her number one goal at this point in time is to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
Copeland filed the lawsuit with Olson on Monday. The case complaint alleges defendant Blau prescribed and permitted or directed Ms. Harshman to self-administer ketamine at home without medical supervision or safeguards.
It violated every norm that exists around that drug. Ketamine has some use in medicine these days. We know that to be true, but we also know that ketamine is a very dangerous sedative. It can cause hallucinations, it can cause dissociation, all kinds of bad things.
The case is in the beginning stages, so there is no trial date yet.
I would anticipate we'd have a trial date, sometime in the next 1.5 to 2 years from now.
In Billings, Vanessa Willardson, MTN News.
Vanessa, thank you. Now, women in Red Lodge are taking steps to protect themselves this week after a woman was attacked on a dark street. Police say that incident, which happened last week, isn't the first. Now, a jiu-jitsu gym in downtown Red Lodge is making it easier for women to take self-defense classes as the investigation continues. Instructors at the Grindhouse say they are offering free self-defense classes for women to help them feel safer.
I really just hope they gain the knowledge and retain it well, because it's really important to just know simple things that can help you out.
The free class will continue at 6 p.m. every Tuesday night through October 28th. In our next half hour, our Hannah Pettiferi takes us inside the class and talks with participants on how this course is making a difference. An autumn tradition is returning to the Treasure State. Every year, a young man holds a charity pumpkin picking event to say thanks to his community. But this year, the organization benefiting is one that's also making a difference in Montana agriculture. In this morning's Montana Ag Report, MTN's Tim McGonigal ventures to the farm to learn more about Jordan's pumpkins for a cause.
Bill Schrader and his son Jordan have been meticulously tending the pumpkin patch in anticipation of an autumn tradition that features free pumpkins, popcorn, and hay rides.
Just a wonderful family time.
Saturday on the family's farm marks the 11th Jordan's Pumpkins for a Cause.
We have been supported by our community ever since we moved here with Jordan's disability. And this is an opportunity for us to give back to the community and say thank you for what you do for Jordan.
Each year, pumpkins like these are helping raise money for various nonprofits, and this year the beneficiary is a Montana organization that not only helps farmers in need, but veterans as well.
We serve farmers, ranchers, and veterans in agriculture who are living with a disability or illness, really with the hopes of restoring function, independence, and quality of life.
Kendra Lewis started the Cutting Fences Foundation in 2022. As an occupational therapy student who grew up around farming in Geraldine, she recognized a need.
While I was in OT school, really stumbled across the fact that our farmers and ranchers who have had an accident or have a disability really didn't have a lot of support specific to that lifestyle.
Working with advocacy groups like the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation, Cutting Fences has been able to build a loan closet filled with adaptive equipment.
So things like power wheelchairs with tracks on them, different lift systems to get into tractors, things like that.
Kendra estimates Cutting Fences has loaned about 10 pieces of equipment, and they help people go through the process of buying their own. She's impacted all corners of the state through outreach and her Cutting Fences podcast. It's an inspirational endeavor, often resulting in an emotional outcome.
I've frequently had equipment drop-offs that have resulted in happy tears.
Some of those tears may be flowing again at this year's Pumpkins for a Cause.
And for somebody to put their hands and their knees in the dirt like the Schroders have for our cause, there's no words for it. It really, truly means so much.
That's good, son. Thanks. You're awesome, buddy.
Near Vaughan, Tim McGonigal, MTN News.